YouTubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight we're going to take a look at a brew from the Picaroons Brewery up in Farkton of New Brunswick. Going to take a look at Simeon Jones River Valley Amber Ale. This one is named after Simeon Jones, who was an entrepreneur in later on in his life in New Brunswick, one of the more popular members of the community during the late 1800s. He was originally born in what is now modern day King's Landing, New Brunswick, which is why it's labeled in the bottle. King's Landing is an historic site showcasing late 1800s lifestyle of log driving and country lifestyles. It's located outside of Farkton, New Brunswick. Later on in his life, Simeon Jones moved down to St. John, New Brunswick, and he worked at the Red Ball Brewery and eventually bought it out. Eventually that Red Ball Brewery was bought out by the Olin family and later became the Moosehead Brewery once it moved to the west side of St. John. So, this beer, he was also later on elected mayor of St. John in like 1881 or something. So, this beer is born in 1828. Simeon Jones was raised on a farm in the St. John River Valley. As a young man, he moved to St. John, where he eventually established a brewery, which became known throughout the Maritimes for its hearty, robust amber ale. In addition to being a keen businessman, Jones was a mayor of St. John. He always a gentleman. He was respected for his generosity, charity, and kindness. You can visit his childhood home at King's Landing Historical Settlement, located east of Farkton, New Brunswick. See www.kingslanding.nb.ca. This fine ale is brewed in the tradition of Simeon Jones by the Northampton Brewing Company. It doesn't say a whole lot other than that. It's got a batch number. Picaroons puts batch numbers on all their brews. This is from batch number 1462, brewed on or packaged on June 16th, 2011. So this beer, at the time of this recording, is less than 2 months old. Yep. Turn for refund where applicable. Ooh. So let's crack it open. Take a look. Pour here. There's more in the bottle, but I don't want to get a mess on the floor. So we take a look at it. It's got a brown color, tan kind of head, more like a brown kind of amber shade. Looks kind of like iced tea, maybe a little bit more orangey. Peach iced tea. Yeah, you can definitely make out that it's got a tan color of head. It's starting to die off a little. Bubbles are kind of medium in size. There's some larger ones interspersed in there. Doesn't look that bad. Let's give it a sniff. There's a distinctive, almost buttery kind of toffee kind of note coming off the top of that. Maybe some sense of like a gourmet coffee. And maybe kind of like a red fruit sweetness, but very faint. It's hardly there. It's almost hard to pick up any sense at all on that one because it's really not the scent. The smells aren't very pronounced at all. It doesn't smell bad, but it's not a very pronounced smelling beer. Let's move on to the taste. There's some taste of like a gentle bitterness in the back. It's not very bitter, but it does have a bitterness sting to the back of the throat. It does have tastes of coffee, or not coffee. Well, there is a little touches of like espresso in there, roasted malt quality. But there's also, it's more like toffee than anything else. Very light toffee. But I'm also getting an overwhelming note of corn coming out in the back of the mouth in the aftertaste. Toasted grains, predominantly corn. It's nicely bitter, and it's a mix of hop bitterness and roasted malt bitterness. The hops have got like a almost earthy quality. It's a medium to light bodied beer. It's not as heavy as one might think. It's actually surprisingly light considering I was expecting something a little thicker. It's almost got like a woody or a nutty quality to it. It's somewhat smooth. The carbonation, it's well carbonated, but it's not like perfectly smooth, and but it's not like a crispness or either. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down with this one for a bit, and I'll be right back. And we're back with Simeon Jones River Valley Amber Ale. So what did I think? Well, one thing I'll have to say is it's not Picaroons' best brew. It's got a nice nutty, woody, maybe perhaps a little oaky toffee flavor to it. Gentle hop bitterness, the roasted malt quality as well. That overwhelming corn taste in the back is not doing it for me. The flavors in it are very light. It'd be nice and refreshing if it weren't for that corn taste. That corn taste is really getting to me. And if you're actually using corn in this beer, don't. If you were to get rid of that quality alone, it would make it a decent brew. As such, I can't give this anything better than a 3 out of 5. It's probably, of all the Picaroons brews that I've sampled so far, this is their worst. Which is actually pretty good. Their worst beer rates a 3 for me. Because I really like Picaroons myself. And I love all their beers. This is one that I don't have very often just because I don't really think all that highly of it. Then again, there's a lot worse brews that you could have out there than this. But as far as amber ales, I'd probably go for a Clancy's first. I mean, try it if you want to. If it does sound like something you like. But I just can't get over that corn aftertaste. Yeah, anyway, 3.0 out of 5 for me. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed my first appearance in front of the camera. So, thanks for watching, and tune in next time. There's more reviews to come. Talk to you later. Bye.